Alright, your knowledge test. Engineer Certification Reference Guide for the Railroad Administration Revised Guide, August 2000. Knowledge test. Alright, Part 24125 provides a railroad latitude section selecting the design its own testing policy, including the number of the question of the test will contain. How each required subject matter will be covered, weighing, if any, to the give of the particular subject matter, response selection of the passing scores, manner of the presenting of the test information. Railroad must describe the program submission, how it will use the latitude, ensure the engineers demonstrate the knowledge concerning the safety, discharge of the train operation, responsibilities to comply with the performance standards set forth in 24125. Points B. For certifying, most demonstrate the sufficient knowledge, rules, and practice of the written documentation. Such achievement of the passing grade, but did not achieve the passing grade. If the achieve the passing score, no rail shall permit the require the person to operate the locomotive prior to have the passing score during the re-exam. Procedure for making the determination of the knowledge each railroad shall include the initial certification, recertification, with a person engineer with any class of the train locomotive service to determine that the person has, in accordance with the requirement of 24125, demonstrates sufficient knowledge of the railroad's rules and practice of the shape of the operation train. In order to make the determination, railroad shall have the written documentation showing that the person either exhibited his or her knowledge, achieved the passing grade in the testing, has complied with the Part 240, does not achieve the passing grade in such testing. If the person fails to achieve the passing score under the testing procedure required in Part 240, no railroad shall permit or require that person to operate a locomotive that has a locomotive or train service engineer prior to the person's achieving the passing score during a re-examination of his or her knowledge. Knowledge testing. Train service and locomotive service knowledge of the railroad rules, practice of the shape of the operation of train, specific test, move with the conduct with the test, documented in writing, completed 1-year certification. Criteria for the testing knowledge. Each railroad program shall have the criteria procedure for the implementing knowledge. Testing railroad shall have the procedure for the testing being evaluated qualification locomotive engineer for the training of the locomotive to determine if the person has sufficient knowledge of the railroad rules, practice for the shape of the operation, train of the railroad rule, regulation provided with the test for specific testing method for the achieve next pay for the conduct of the testing, documented in writing of the documentation contains such information identified with the relevant facts and evaluation purposes. Test must have been completed no more than 366 days before the day of the railroad certification decision. No inspectors are not expected to critique for the railroad's knowledge test. Knowledge test criteria for the objective of the written form of the cover of the personal safety, the operating practice of the equipment, and inspection of train handling with the physical character of the compliance with the federal safety rules, accurately measure knowledge. Closed books, except the testing ability to use the reference books, material of the testing method selected by the railroad show that doesn't examine the person's knowledge with all the rules and practice of the shape of the operation, trains, objects, and nature, administrative of the written form, cover the following subject, personal safety practice, operating practice of the equipment, inspection practice of the train, handling practice including familiarity with the physical characteristics of the territory, compliance with federal safety rules. 5. Subject accurately measure the person's knowledge of the covered by these subjects. And 6. Conduct with an open reference from the other materials except for the degree of the person being tested with ability to such over the reference books and other materials. Knowledge tests may be the computer-based if the monitor railroad made administrative points over the testing activity to determine event points of the time. Physical characteristics knowledge questions need to be route specific, not generic. When authorized to operate over multiple routes, logically, each route needs to be examined. The knowledge test must be in computer-based. If it is monitored, the engineer must write the knowledge test on the physical characteristics of the territory of the preamble to determine final rule of 1899. 8. Have authority received the inquiries of prior conduct knowledge testing. Several larger railroads concerned about whether the rule permitted them to drive the conduct with the knowledge testing segment is administrative at a different time of the effort. Recognize that the railroad may have some of the needs to with administrative portions of testing activity at different points in time, and the rule does not prohibit this. These railroads are concerned about the need specifically with the question of the person determining knowledge about the physical characteristic knowledge questions need to be route specific limitations. If the generic questions will not be sufficient. Moreover, such testing with authorized to operate over the multiple routes, the personal knowledge concerning each of the route needs to be examined. Knowledge petition for the right consideration. The American short line between the FRA to latitude for the orally conduct permit knowledge exams for those with literacy problems and the need to rethink perceived harsh consequences prescribed the failing of the knowledge skill test. Both petitions were denied. American short line petition for the FRA for the latitude for the clearly conduct for the knowledge exam of the literacy problem that involved the term of the same. Some of the locomotive engineers do not have such with the literacy that passes in written examination denied with the position responding with the FRA has been ability with a certain virtually all of the effect of the rules of the capacity of the successfully taken written examination, but being an engineer literally demands locomotive engineers have the effective of the reading and writing skill, the need to rethink, perceive the harsh consequences prescribed of the fail of the knowledge or skill test involved with the concern of the locomotive engineer routinely fail to achieve the passing grade of the initial examination. F8 and 9 of the position conducting the no valid safety rational of the person permitting who has demonstrated the lack of the basic knowledge and skills to continue an operation of the locomotive. Rule now permits a person who has failed the examination to continue with the operating only with a competent qualified locomotive engineer, precluding with the locomotive engineer demonstrated the deficiency in his or her knowledge of the skill, placing others risk. F8 judgment, appropriate response. Performance skills.